T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have main engine start. We have liftoff. Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk about this show, Good Times. Good Times is one of the most famous and favorite shows about a black family of all times. But I find one thing that's interesting. I've always wondered why the show was supposed to be set in Chicago, but all the actors came from New York. The initial Evans family came from New York, with the exception of Esther Rolle, but she moved to New York, so she basically lived in New York and kind of grew up in New York. And I always wondered why didn't they just do the show about New York? Since all the actors was in New York instead of Chicago. It's one of these things that make you go, a lot of people might don't realize, but early Hollywood or TV, almost all or most of the actors came from New York. Abbott and Costello, even the Cowboys came from the Northeast, not California. Look at like the early TV and movies, all those like James Cagney, Jimmy Durante, W.C. Fields, Three Stooges, Marx Brothers. All these guys came from New York. Michael Landon, Frank Sinatra. Ooh, Frankie. Which leads me back to the cast of Good Times. They was all from New York and New Jersey, except Florida. But she moved to New York, so she basically grew up in New York. Anyway, just another interesting tidbit of history. John Amos is from Newark, New Jersey. Thelma Bernadette Stanis is from Brooklyn, New York. Thelma. Remember JJ's friend Pablo? Thelma. Jimmy Walker, who plays JJ, a kid, a dynamite. Jimmy Walker's from New York City. Ralph Carter, who plays Michael Evans, is from New York City, New York. Johnny Brown, who played Buffalo Butt and Mr. Bookman, he went to school in Harlem, even though he was born in St. Petersburg, Florida. But he went to school, he grew up in New York. Theodore Roosevelt Wilson, they call him Teddy Wilson, who played Sweet Daddy. He's from New York City. T.K. Carter, who's a great actor, he's also from New York. Remember, he played JJ's friend Head. There was a fearsome foursome. You had Head, Cool Breeze, and Papo, and of course you had JJ. And last but not least, and he just passed away, he played Florida Evans' brother on Good Times. Louis Gossett Jr. is from New York City.